The shy, harmless pangolin is becoming increasingly well known for one reason: it's believed to be the world's most trafficked non-human mammal. Tens of thousands of pangolins are poached every year, killed for their scales for use in traditional Chinese medicine and for their meat, a delicacy among some ultra-wealthy in China and Vietnam. Pangolins are uniquely covered in tough, overlapping scales. These mammals eat ants and termites using an extraordinarily long, sticky tongue, and are able to quickly roll themselves up into a tight ball when they feel threatened. 8 different pangolin species can be found across Asia and Africa. Poaching for illegal wildlife trade and habitat loss have made these incredible creatures one of the most threatened groups of mammals in the world. Pangolin species vary in size from about 1.6 kilograms, 3.5 pounds, to a maximum of about 33 kilograms, 73 pounds. They vary in color from light to yellowish brown through olive to dark brown. Protective, overlapping scales cover most of their bodies. These scales are made from keratin, the same protein that forms human hair and fingernails. Overlapping like artichoke leaves, the scales grow throughout the life of a pangolin just like hair. Scale edges are constantly filed down as pangolins dig burrows and tunnel through the soil in search of termites and ants. Pangolin undersides do not have scales, and are covered with sparse fur. The 4 Asian pangolins are distinguished from the African species by the presence of bristles which emerge from between the scales. With small conical heads and jaws lacking teeth, pangolins have amazingly long, muscular, and sticky tongues that are perfect for reaching and lapping up ants and termites in deep cavities. Pangolins have poor vision, so they locate termite and ant nests with their strong sense of smell. A pangolin's tongue is attached near its pelvis and last pair of ribs, and when fully extended can be up to half the length of the animal's head and body. A pangolin's stomach is muscular and has keratinous spines projecting into its interior. Usually containing small stones, the stomach mashes and grinds prey in much the same manner as a bird's gizzard. There are 8 species of pangolins. 4 are found as Asia, Chinese, Sunda, Indian, and Philippine pangolins, and they're listed by the IUCN as critically endangered. The 4 African species, the ground pangolin, giant pangolin, white-bellied, and black-bellied, are listed as vulnerable. All species face declining populations because of illegal trade. In 2016, the 186 countries party to the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species, CITES, the treaty that regulates the international wildlife trade, voted to ban the commercial trade in pangolins. Illegal trade. Pangolin scales are made of keratin, the same material that makes up fingernails, hair, and horn. Pangolin scales, like rhino horn, have no proven medicinal value, yet they are used in traditional Chinese medicine to help with ailments ranging from lactation difficulties to arthritis. The scales typically dried and ground up into powder, which may be turned into a pill. For many years, the Asian species were the primary target of poachers and traffickers. But now that their numbers have been depleted, smugglers are increasingly turning to African pangolins. In 2 record-breaking seizures in the space of a week in April 2019, Singapore seized a 14.2-ton shipment and a 14-ton shipment of pangolin scales, from an estimated 72,000 pangolins, coming from Nigeria. Characteristics and behavior: pangolins are solitary and active mostly at night. Most live on the ground, but some, like the black-bellied pangolin, also climb trees. They range in size from a large house cat to more than 4 feet long. They are largely covered in scales made of keratin, the same material as human fingernails, which gives them the nickname scaly anteater. When threatened, they roll into ball, like an armadillo, and they can release a stinky fluid from a gland at the base of their tails as a defense mechanism. Like anteaters, pangolins have long snouts and even longer tongues, which they use to lap up ants and termites they excavate from mounds with their powerful front claws. They're able to close their noses and ears to keep ants out when they're eating. Though they look and act a lot like anteaters and armadillos, pangolins are more closely related to bears, cats, and dogs. Reproduction: the only time pangolins spend time together is when they mate and bear young. Some pangolin fathers will stay in the den until the single offspring is independent. Babies are born with soft scales that harden after 2 days, but they will ride on their mother's tails until they're weaned at about 3 months. They reach sexual maturity at about 2 years old.